Hello and welcome to the Weekly Reel Podcast. My name is Ken.
And my name is Jeremy.
And this week we get a movie with carbs because you need carbs. Yes, today we are covering the remake of the 1980s TV show with David Leitch's The Fall Guy 2024. I know we only missed last week, Jeremy, but it feels like it's been ages since the last time we actually spoke, both online and offline.
Yeah, man, I do feel like I need the carbs right now because you need carbs for your brain.
Yeah. It runs on glucose.
It runs on... Dude, yeah, it's been a little bit of a while now. Feel like the rust already started to form, but we're here now to talk about the Fall Guy.
Yes, we are. And obviously, this is Wednesday night. We got another live stream, don't we, Jeremy?
Oh, yeah. We're always here. Well, not always. We'll let you know when we're here.
I was like, don't pay attention to last Wednesday.
Don't pay attention. Last Wednesday, we were, doing our own thing.
Yeah. But yeah, we do have our live stream audience. We definitely want to shout them out for always supporting us, especially obviously in season 7. That's our current season, since we did add this YouTube live stream that we got going on. Jeremy, we have a comment already that we want to address.
Yes, because a very welcome guest that is always watching, Sean, is in the comments right now. He said, "Made it for the greatest movie of all time." That's I didn't know we were talking about Madam Web today.
Wait, are we covering Footloose?
That too. Surprise! We're not talking about the Fall Guy anymore. We're talking about Footloose. But
Yes.
yeah, if you're watching, see, like Sean, we're gonna shout you out if you comment. And it's appropriate that for us to share here on YouTube. We'll show it and shout you out. So if you're there in the comment section right now, let us know that you're here. And if you're watching or listening to this in podcast form, leave us a comment down below and we'll just respond to it later.
Yes, we do have our notifications on, so we'll hop online, hit that YouTube app, and then we'll see your tagging us or actually commenting on our whatever video, and then we'll definitely, one of us will reply back, maybe one or both of us, who knows?
Or ask for Ken specifically. And
Or
I'll
Jeremy.
pretend to be Ken.
Yeah, no, Jeremy's, he's a social media aficionado. He loves social media. He's always on it.
Yeah, except for Instagram. If you try to message me, if it's on YouTube, I'll definitely see it.
Oh man, yeah, that is true. If it's one platform, it is YouTube. I mean, he even pays for YouTube, which is something that I don't do.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
But
hey,
I do.
what I heard is once you go no ads, you can't go back, right?
Oh, definitely not. Like ads every 2 minutes, impossible.
Yeah, but you know what? If y'all want to, increase our views so that, y'all see ads for us and, we can, I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Anyway,
Yes.
Jeremy, we got a lot to cover today. So let's go ahead and issue that spoiler warning. If you have not watched The Fall Guy 2024, now's the time to hit the pause button, see the movie, and then just hop back on. Or, as Sean did several weeks ago, hit pause, finish the movie, like the last 15 minutes or so, because I think he was finishing, what movie was that? It was Roadhouse.
Yep.
And then he hopped back on and he was able to continue with the live stream, and he was not spoiled at all. So, spoiler warning, you have been spoiled. I mean, you have been warned, I should say. We will be talking about specifics from The Fall Guy. So this week, the star of a huge blockbuster film goes missing, and his number one stuntman must help find that missing star for a lovable movie director. Actually, first-time movie director in The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. And so The Fall Guy is out now in theaters. Go see it if you haven't done so. And just like Jeremy said, if you're catching this after the live stream, still comment. We'll be sure to comment and react to your thoughts on this movie. So, guys, if you're familiar with the Weekly Reel podcast, we have this thing called the double feature. And so the double feature is when I have a topic or a question that Jeremy has no idea that I'm going to ask, and Jeremy also has one for me. I have no idea what he's going to ask. So for my half of the double feature, Jeremy, The Fall Guy was a nice mix between kind of a love story and this nice little action comedy. So, which aspect of The Fall Guy did you enjoy more? The love story between Colt Seavers and Jody Moreno, or the twist to set up Colt Seavers as the Fall Guy? Basically, the main storyline.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So I know Sean's watching right now. He just showed his comment. I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take right off the bat. Okay. I didn't really like the love story too much. I thought the chemistry it wasn't bad, but it was just like I'm glad it was very much secondary to a lot of the movie because I don't know. It was just middle of the road for me. So I am gonna go easily with the twist and with everything else, like when Ryan Gosling's character Colt is just kind of going around doing his thing. I much preferred that, and honestly, I forgot it was called the Fall Guy until when that twist came out. I was like, "Oh shoot, I forgot." So I very much was immersed enough into the movie to like the twist, and I didn't know that Aaron Taylor Johnson's Tom Ryder would be actually the villain of the story. Him and Gail, the producer. But you know, I was into that part, but the other half, um, it was okay. There were some moments that I might mention a little bit later, but for the most part, Jody didn't really have much to do. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say we can share some of Sean's response reaction to what
Y-
you just said before I
Yeah,
jump in.
he said romance slander.
I mean, he was waiting for the hot take. That's what he
Yeah.
says. And I think when you were kind of going through it, he literally just threw in what? Four? Oh, no, five dots. I was trying to
Yes.
find it.
Yes, the five dots. But here's a quote for you, Sean, if you know this. Slander is spoken, written it's libel.
What movie is that from? That I know that's a movie.
Let's see if Sean gets it. I'll show you in a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, let me comment. Even the he
Even
just
the
commented
Jody
even the
slander.
Jody slander. Oh man.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, let's see where if you could come up with that thing, because I mean I think that's on brand with this movie. I actually got a couple for you later.
Okay.
All right, but
Sounds good.
um, actually the correct answer was all of it. It's C, all of the above.
Okay. All
I
all
just
of the above.
yeah. No, but to refute what you just said with at least the romance, because I enjoyed the romance, because I don't know if we swap bodies. Is it Freaky Friday yet?
I
Because
think
it's
so.
usually you that that enjoys the romance. I don't know. I know that they previewed a little bit of the banter between uh I almost said Tom Ryder, but I was like, no, that's not right. Between Colt Seavers and Jody Moreno within the trailer, and I tried to do my best to kind of stay away from the trailer because I really wanted to enjoy all the banter between the two. I don't know. I was um immediately immersed the second they were just kind of communicating on that opening oneer,
Mm.
and they were
Yeah.
just kind of like flirting all over like each other from the get-go with the walkie talkies, and I was like, dude, I'm all in. I'm literally all in this movie. And then obviously it just goes to crap after the mishap, and that's what sets off the movie. And I was kind of curious how they were going to, I guess, be apart, and I
Mhm.
thought they explained that part really well. And obviously Colt Severs was just down on his luck. He basically got stripped away from being able to do something he loved alongside with someone he loved. And it ended up being a fling, and just being cut short just by circumstances. And I don't know, like it's something that obviously he regretted. And I
Hmm.
feel like, well, last 2 weeks ago, I should say, we were talking about missed opportunities in our impromptu past lives
Yeah.
podcast on the
Uh-huh.
Soup du Jour, and I kind of got brought back to that. Sometimes circumstances kind of strip you away from something that is so easy, and it just gets screwed up. And I thought those two did a great job of trying to tippy toe, the elephant in the room when obviously he got brought onto the movie without her knowledge, and I felt that it was done and executed perfectly.
Yeah, I didn't expect that whole setup for I don't know. I love that opening sequence though, that short oneer at the very beginning of the movie.
Mm.
And that, I'm just gonna mention it now. Well, actually, no, I won't mention it now. Um, I'm just changing my
it's,
mind all over
it's
the place.
it's okay. I've been there before.
It's like I'm gonna talk about it probably in my question,
Okay.
but I agree. There were definitely moments. I'm trying to think I like the chemistry was pretty good. I didn't think it was bad. It's just like it didn't stand. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit like jaded from the whole past lives. You know what I mean? So it's like I almost thought for a second that because Colt is very much in like at the very in the beginning of the movie when they reunite for the first time, he's like he's still head over heels for her clearly, but then she obviously has a lot of resentment for him leaving.
Well,
So
he shut her out
yeah.
at his
So
lowest moment, and when she wanted to help him out and be there for him.
exactly. So it's I almost thought that what if it was a different type of movie, different type of love story that they don't end up together because it's like he's just pining after her and it like doesn't flourish.
Well, they touched on that, right? Because
Yeah.
remember, like, I don't know if it was meta or, obviously within, because it was a movie within a movie. And
Yeah.
so, as the first time director, she was trying to figure out the love story part of what, Act Three. And she was
Yep.
trying to see if like, if she would write an ending would be like more of a happier ending. But because she was trying to draw from her own personal experiences, she wanted to make it realistic, right?
Mhm.
And she was like, "Oh, maybe this movie shouldn't." I forgot how she worded it, but maybe this movie shouldn't have a happy ending. It should be realistic because most love stories don't end well. And I was like, "Oh man, past lives, no."
No. Sean said, I just got back from class. Reference went over my head. So the slander and libel joke that was J. Jonah Jameson in the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my
There we
god,
go.
I just rewatched that movie, not
Oh
in
yeah,
theaters, not on the what Spider Monday or whatever
yeah.
they've
Spider
been calling it.
Mondays.
But I just rewatched it on Disney Plus because I'm kind of broke right now.
And Sean says the moment I saw Ryan Gosling, instant perfect movie. Well, I have a news for you. In part 2 of the episode, we're going to be talking about top 5 Ryan Gosling movies. So it's not my number one, so it's not the instant perfect movie. I
What?
guess you'll
I don't think
see.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But let us know, you know, later on what your top 5 Ryan Gosling movies are.
Right. And so yeah, I disagree with you. But to add to your points, because I enjoyed the twist as well. The twist was fantastic. It was well done. I liked how he was just hiding in plain sight, meaning Tom Ryder, Aaron Taylor Johnson. He was just hiding in his yacht the whole time. And we saw it early.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shoot. We didn't realize he was probably hiding out there this whole time. And I always For the most part, I like it when movies drop their title, the title of the movie, smoothly within like the
The
context of the
dialogue, yeah.
movie. Yeah, it was so good, and yeah, they called him the Fall Guy, and obviously, a lot of entendres there. Obviously, stuntmen do a lot of falling,
Yep.
but he ended up taking the blame for the other Fall Guy who died or got killed. But I feel like that was an accident. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this movie, like when you said he was just hiding in plain sight. I was like, man, this investigation that Colt is going through is taking a really long time. I was like, but I was like, oh yeah, this guy's not like a detective. He's not a secret agent. He's not even an assassin like Brad Pitt was in Bullet Train.
Yeah. He's a
Uh,
stuntman. Plus, he got inebriated and he was seeing unicorns for a while. So that slowed him down even more.
exactly.
And I mean, he had the perfect distraction in Jody. I mean, dude, he was head over heels. Um,
And he
I don't
was
know.
wearing a neon suit.
That
So
was that was pretty swagalicious.
I know, right there. Very, very much a Ken move right there.
Yeah, I think so.
It definitely had the Kenergy. Okay, that was the last Barbie reference for a while. For a while.
Until later.
Until later.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes from now. Okay, so my half of the double feature, I wanna dude, this movie is jam-packed with Easter eggs, pop culture references. Some are just running jokes, some are just quick hitters. So I want to know, what was your favorite Easter egg or pop culture reference?
The Fast and the Furious quote.
Oh, really? You like that one?
Because I caught it right away. I was like, and then it's funny because what was his name? Dan, the guy who plays M'Baku,
Yeah.
Winston Duke.
Winston Duke's character is, yeah, Dan Tucker.
Dan. So like all of a sudden he would just name a quote. I was like, wait, why does that quote sound familiar? It's like, is that Fast and the Furious? And all of a sudden, like he's thinking, and you could tell it's like a smooth transition into the game that they play. It's like an inside joke. I was like, dude, me and Jeremy should start playing this.
Literally just what I did like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, dang, who said that? And I just recently heard it. But no, that was a good pull. J. Jonah Jameson, I love it.
All right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
But I love any type of, I guess, Fast and the Furious quotes or references because I think, well, we literally spoke 2 minutes right before we hopped online. We
Mhm.
both ended up watching the new Rockstar's breakdown of this movie, and I'm kind of glad that I did because I found a couple tidbits that I didn't really know. But anyway, I I was like in that opening montage where Colt Seavers is narrating over a bunch of stunt work, like a stunt montage, I should say.
Yep.
I didn't realize it, but I was like, man, why does that scene look so familiar? And one of the scenes was actually from Fast Five, and so
Yeah.
I thought it
The
was pretty
train
cool.
scene.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that they did that. They reference the Vin Diesel line from the first Fast and the Furious, and then obviously you got the great Jason Momoa, who we'll touch on later, I would imagine.
Who was
Uh,
also in the Fast and
Fast
Furious.
Furious movies. Yeah, it just all comes back to uh stunt work and Fast and the Furious, and I'm like, yes, that fits the bill.
Yeah, dude, there's a bunch, especially when you go into what's his name's
Tom
Tom
Ryder
Ryder's
with the
apartment with
post-its.
the posters. There's just endless,
So
endless
good.
Easter eggs. Um, but for me, my favorite is when they play "All Too Well" by Taylor Swift,
Yes.
and Ryan Gosling, Colt Seavers, is just in his fields.
That's why I
Which,
was like, dude, how can you not like the love
dude, okay,
scene,
look,
dude?
I'm not saying I don't like the love
Come
story.
on,
It's like,
man.
oh, that scene is literally perfect. I was cracking up like crazy because and I agree with you, Sean. The part where the part where literally me is sat in the car listening to Taylor Swift. Yes, very much so. Like every shot of Ryan Gosling in that scene is like a meme worthy everything. Like when he rolls down the window and like he's still like his cheeks are all still like wet from his tears.
Yep.
It's like
Are you crying?
listening to Taylor Swift. And Sean says the fact that Colt got motivated to go back to stunts with the Rocky quote. Yeah. It's like you keep moving forward.
I love it.
That's
But yeah, I don't know, the Taylor Swift song is was so good. Actually, the needle drops were really good in this movie. I felt that performance by Jody Moreno. You talk about Jody Moreno not having enough to do. She performed Against All Odds by
that's
Phil
true.
Collins. And how
I
can you
did
say
like
that
that.
she didn't do too much? She actually sung that really well. I think that
No,
was actually her voice.
like I'm not saying that she didn't do anything. I'm saying like to push the story. Like she did interesting stuff, but she
Mhm.
didn't like, she's there like, wondering and like she's trying to fix her movie and get Colt at the same time. But in terms of like she didn't get integral until like the third act, when she helps Colt and like and from the Miami Vice stunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was the motivation throughout the movie.
Exactly. But, she's like it's like it sounds weird to say that, she was just the motivation for this movie.
Well, I mean, she was the director, so
Yeah. Let's see. Sean says, "Nah, the love story is up there."
say he sides with this guy right here.
Yeah. Are you saying like am I going to say is it better than his romance in The Notebook? Yeah. I am. Because,
Yeah.
it was pretty weird in like for me another Ryan Gosling movie. This
Eh.
was like I'm not saying the romance was bad in this movie.
All
I'm just
Ryan
saying it
Gosling
could have been
movies
better.
are perfect, just like Sean's.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Top five is like his whole discography, or not his filmography. I mean,
Like if I'm comparing the romance to this movie compared to The Notebook, I prefer this movie. So
ooh.
that's saying something, right? I
I
think
think so. I mean, I think that's still a hot take, but I mean, The Notebook is still a classic.
it
How
is.
much of a classic? You'll have to just wait until part two.
That's true.
Oh,
See,
shoot.
Sean says, "Nah, your hot takes not enough."
Yes. Can you feel the energy? Oh.
Okay, but he's also saying clapping back
Oh.
with La La Land. Oh, don't get me started on La La Land. La La Land's romance.
Hey, don't step on part two of this live
I
stream.
know. I'm
All right,
just saying.
we'll get to that a
Yeah,
little
we'll
bit
get there.
later.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get there, Sean.
I know. Dang, this guy's just going on. He's defending Ryan Gosling, man.
Yeah. No. Hey, you know
It's like,
what?
ew, whoa.
You ha- you have some friendly fire here. So I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you. Ryan Gosling right now, I feel like is arguably top three right now in the field. I'm trying to think who else would be up there. Ryan Reynolds.
I would put Gosling over Reynolds right now.
Okay. Yeah, who's up there right now?
That's a good question. Who would you go out and see? Like, if it's just for the actor, who would you go see right now?
I feel like Cillian Murphy's pretty hot right now,
That's
coming
true.
off of Peaky Blinders and obviously a TV show, but obviously Oppenheimer. Anyway, I feel like we're we're just going
Yeah.
off on tangents now. Speaking of tangents,
Yep.
let's introduce one of our new segments called the Dailies. And so the Dailies is a segment where we have a lot of raw, uncut, random thoughts that we have on the Fall Guy. Before you introduce yours, I got my quote for you. Which movie is this from? I was shooting aliens way before I was paid to.
his freaking Matthew McConaughey accent is just so like I love it
Ah! Yes, you are right.
because the movie is literally if you mixed Dune with Mad Max, but
Uh-huh.
also put Matthew McConaughey as the star because it's like Interstellar at the same time. It's weird.
Yeah, then isn't there a movie called Cowboys and Aliens? So I
Oh,
feel like
Cowboys
that's
and
what.
Alien?
Yeah.
Yeah. With
Oh
yeah,
man.
Daniel Craig
Oh my
with
god.
a kind of a weird accent in that movie, but
Seriously, when he said that, I was probably the only one in my theater laughing my ass off. There was literally only two groups because I watched. Okay, um, I wasn't able to watch this movie until pretty late. It was actually yesterday afternoon in IMAX because it was discount Tuesdays. I was like, IMAX for $11, I'm all in.
mhm.
And so, uh, yeah, and it was literally my group and another group, and that was it. So I felt I was kind of missing in being immersed in the movie,
Mhm.
especially if I was the only one laughing at a lot of these meta jokes. Uh,
That's true. There was a lot of movie references, a
hmm
lot of movie terminology, so it could fly over a lot of people's heads for sure.
yeah. But when Tom Ryder did his Matthew McConaughey, I was like, damn, that was really good actually. I was shooting aliens right before I was paid to. All right, all right, all right. I
He
almost
should have
got
done.
that shirt. I should have bought it. Now that I think, I was in Austin over the weekend, and he went to Texas. I mean, we talked about that one other video that we can't probably quote here on live stream. You know which one I'm talking about with the biceps.
Oh yeah. See, I was about to start it and then not finish it,
We
but yeah.
should probably shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a shirt with the Texas Longhorn thing, but it was a gray shirt that literally in orange said "All right, all right, all right." And I'm like, should I get it? I was
You
like,
should have got it.
I should have got it. Now it now it's just a lost cause. I should. Man. Anyway, um, the dailies. Do you have any? I just
Yeah,
want.
everyone knows how much I love Dune.
Mhm.
So
The Lamentations
so the
voice.
lamentation like every time that cut that quick edit happened and it just cuts off, I was like so good. I was dying when that happened. Every time it's like and
That
he
was
just
literally
does
my next point. If you weren't gonna mention, I was gonna mention it.
it's just every time it's like, oh, let's go again. It's like every time you have to freaking do the stunt over and over because she was trying to get back. Jody was trying to get back at
Back at
Colt.
him. Yeah, that was so good.
Oh, another one.
Go ahead.
Sticking with that scene,
When
the
that little
extra,
the extra
the
the
extra.
confession.
What did he say again?
He's like he basically confessed that he was in love with his wife's
His
sister or
wife's
something.
sister, yeah. And I love how it's all digitized his voice still
Yeah.
with like an Australian accent.
Oh shoot. All right, I'm gonna test your knowledge only
Okay.
because they kind of referenced a little bit of Jason Bourne in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that when speaking of the alien costume, when Ryan Gosling towards the end of the thing was in that alien costume, dude, I swear Jody Moreno was doing Jason Bourne movie moves on him. The pen, she
Oh
used the
yeah,
pen, she used that book and then jammed it in
dude,
his throat.
literally.
It was literally like choreography pulled from the Jason Bourne trilogy.
Yeah, dude, she used the pen like in Born Identity, used the
Mm-hmm.
book like in Ultimatum.
Mm-hmm.
So, right there.
Yeah.
She learned all her choreography from the Bourne movies, which M'Baku, no, I'm just kidding. No, Dan was also just like Jason Bourne
Yeah.
as he's doing moves, and I love the Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Well, that and when he faked his death,
Mhm.
Colt, he actually pulled the Jason Bourne and like just be swimming and stuff and doing the and I was halfway expecting the Fatboy Slim track to come on.
Dude, I love that. Exactly.
And there's the exact quote. Sean has it.
Well, this one?
Yeah.
Can we say it on YouTube?
I'm doing
Probably.
Jason Bourne. Sheesh.
Shit. That's
But yeah.
good.
No, but no. I love the Jason Bourne references. I haven't watched myself Jason Bourne any of the movies recently, but it really got me hyped to try to watch some of them if I have time.
That's true. Okay. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, when I was looking at the movie, Metal Storm,
Mm.
right? Would people like, okay, I love Dune. Everyone knows that. This is not Dune. Like in this universe, even though it stars Jason Momoa, at the very end, when they have like the little clips of Jason Momoa doing his thing in Metal Storm, I'm like, holy crap, this movie looks like a straight to DVD, like sci-fi, like on the sci-fi channel. I'm like, why are people hyped for this movie?
It's a love story between Aliana and a space cowboy. That's why.
I mean, it's like, is it like it would probably get worse reviews than Cowboys and Aliens, which is saying something because that movie got really bad reviews. If people don't remember that
Oh man.
2009 movie,
It was something like that,
something like
yeah.
that.
Oh man. Well, well, kind of going back to Dune because you mentioned it. That new rock star. I didn't realize that was the actual, I guess, voice or the singer that sings that Lamentations part in Dune for that part, and she reprised her role for Metal Storm. I thought that
I'm
was
off.
pretty funny.
They just keep using the same like clip every
Yeah,
time, and I
yeah.
loved it.
Speaking of sound,
Mm.
I have a couple for you. That one part where I forget which action scene, but they busted out with the $6 million man like
Oh
audio
yeah,
thing. I can't even do it.
they're in Tom Ryder's
There's
apartment,
apartment,
and
yeah,
then he's holding the hard drive, I think,
right,
or cell
right.
phone, cell phone.
Cell phone,
Yeah, and gets shot.
yeah. He busted out with that, and obviously in the post credit scene, we actually get Lee Majors, who actually played the original Fall Guy, Colt Seavers in the TV show, and that was actually his show. He was also the $6 million man. So I love the how everything just ties in together. It's pretty cool.
That's true. At first, I was like, "Holy crap, who's this guy?" It's like,
I
but
I
yeah,
knew they were gonna try to figure
find a
out how
way.
to get the cameo, and then they were able to get both Heather Thomas and Lee Majors in the end sequence, the
Yeah.
final. Yeah,
In that post-credits scene, some might say that Aaron Taylor Johnson or Tom Ryder didn't see that coming.
no, he did not.
Yeah,
It was an explosive ending to Tom
exactly.
Rider.
That was a reference to Avengers: Age of Ultron when he plays
Yeah.
what's his name,
Oh yeah,
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
You
Oh,
did
I
not
didn't see that coming. I forgot
didn't.
about that. And he
Anywho,
actually had the blonde hair, so he really kind of did look like Quicksilver this movie
yeah,
with weird neon clothes.
yeah, he's very much not a cool guy.
Oh man. Well, last thing that I have on my dailies. I mean, I
Hmm.
mentioned it earlier with mentioning Against All Odds. What was your favorite needle drop of this movie? There was a lot. I mean, you got
Ooh.
the Taylor Swift song that we alluded to earlier. We got Phil Collins. I'm looking at the soundtrack now. I Was Made for Loving You, performed by Kiss. We got Thunderstruck, AC/DC.
I feel like
We
that
even
song's
got
overplayed in movies. You know what I
it
mean?
is, yeah. But we got DJ Khaled featuring T Pain. All I do is win
Yeah.
when he turns on the lights in Tom Ryder's um,
Apartment.
apartment.
Yeah.
So, did you have a favorite?
Dude, honestly, the first two are my favorite. The Taylor Swift and Against All Odds.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I agree that Against All Odds, her Jody singing it while Colt is like going through his whole action sequence,
Yeah.
especially when they're in that uh
Car-
is it like a truck bed type
truck.
thing
Yeah.
where it's tipped on its side and it's basically horizontally like or spinning on an
Spinning. Yeah.
axis pretty much, and
Hmm.
they're like punching each other on the inside. I thought that was really cool. But I still have to go with the Taylor Swift, man. It's like too relatable. Like
Hmm.
it's as silly as like when you think about the next time, like whoever, all you people watching right now, next time like you're crying in your car, you're gonna think of this scene and how silly you look. So
Wow.
then that makes it everything better, right? Sometimes it's like you just have to see the comedy and everything. One man's tragedy is another man's comedy.
Unless you're in it.
That's true, unless you're very much in it. But when you look back on it, it's kind of funny.
Uh, Debatable. Again, unless you're in it. I think I'm still reliving past lives. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, like there's some things though
Yeah.
that never get funny. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that's true.
There are some things. Some
Oh man.
things
Yeah.
do. Some things, man, you can never let go.
Yeah. Those are my favorite too as well, but I will go with the older song, Against All Odds. It brought back the feels. It was perfect. Um Man, I didn't know that Emily Blunt could sing, and she sang that really well. And it brought back it brought the feels back in obviously kind of that pull between action comedy and love story. And I felt like it kind of was a perfect I guess song to I guess drum up the emotions, especially since we had Colt Seavers fighting and stuff. And actually oh my goodness, we're forgetting is it Stephanie? Oh my goodness, I forgot her first name. Stephanie Shu?
Oh yeah, from Everything Everywhere.
Everything Everywhere. Yeah, she played the assistant Alma Milan,
Yep.
and she ended up helping him out. Definitely got to
Yeah.
bring her up.
With
I thought
Jean Claude,
yeah,
the dog.
named
Yeah.
after the our favorite. I want to do the
Kickboxer.
dance.
Yeah, I can't do the dance. Can't see the hips though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shout out to the dog, right, Sean? Jean Claude, who only takes commands in French.
In French. Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Anyway, now that you've heard, I think our thoughts on most of the movie, now you get to hear how we truly feel about this movie in the real review. Jeremy, why don't you go ahead and kick this segment off?
Okay, here we go. Get prepared. I'm trying to process. Was there an easy transition? No, let's go right into it. Okay. There were many times in this movie I wondered if I truly liked it or not. At times, I felt like the story was going all over the place, but nowhere at the same time. But I felt like, now thinking about it, that was kind of the point. Ryan Gosling's character, Colt Seavers, is not a detective, so, you're going to get into some hijinks. Stuff isn't going to get figured out very easily. I found that Emily Blunt's character, Jodie, wasn't given much to do outside of the third act, which is debatable for some people. There are some genuinely funny moments, and the action is actually pretty good, coming from a director who's very much familiar with stunts. I feel like Ryan Gosling just carries the movie on his shoulders. I don't feel like I liked it as much as uh, what's his name, David Leitch's Bullet Train. I don't think I like this movie as much as Bullet Train, but for me, that's a pretty high bar to set because of its rewatchability. Overall, Ryan Gosling's performance, the comedic tone of the movie, and stunts save it from kind of just a plain story. So I'm gonna give The Fall Guy a 2490 out of 3,000. So that's gonna be 83%.
Ooh, I was expecting something way lower.
Oh
I
no,
don't know
man!
why.
You know
I,
what?
I don't know why.
Like, because I was thinking about this. I like when I score stuff. I mostly think about movies that we've watched this season,
Okay.
right? I don't think about
Yeah.
when we talked about Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Um, it's like, do I like this more than Roadhouse? You know?
It better be yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, I did like it more than Roadhouse. Do I think it was a better movie than Dune Part 2? No, not really. But I think I would probably rewatch it more. So it's I kind of
Yeah.
like leaned it towards that side. So 80.
I I agree actually. I mean, you'll see how much I like this movie, but yeah, I agree with that take, especially compared to Dune Part 2, given the fact that we basically got Dune negative point 1.0. I don't know. Felt like this was like Dune from a alternate universe.
Some might say that Hellstorm might be better than Dune Part 1.
Oh,
Oh,
shots
shoot.
fired at Denis Villeneuve.
Shots fired. Go watch my rant on Part 1 for like an
You know,
hour
I'm
and a half.
sure Sean would actually agree with that.
I know. This one had
Oh shoot.
Ryan Gosling in it,
Yeah, it did. It
even if
did.
it's just a stuntman, you know?
Oh man. All right, for my real review. Fall kicking off the summer. Well, The Fall Guy was the perfect movie to kick off the summer blockbuster season. It's the quintessential popcorn flick. The Fall Guy has lovable leads in Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, villains who shall remain nameless that you will grow to hate. And it's the perfect balance of love story, action, and comedy, not to mention a memorable cameo. With money being a little bit tight these days, with sky high prices on everything, including fast food, I can understand that the movie theater experience may be taking a backseat for most. However, The Fall Guy will be worth every penny and should be elevated to a must watch theater experience. On the I Love You 3000 scale, I'm giving it a huge thumbs up. I'm giving it a 2640 out of 3000, which is an 88%. It's in the conversation for movie of the year so far for 2024.
Okay, yeah, man. I am not angry at that score.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I wanted to sit on the negative side of the commentary
Yeah,
was
yeah.
because I knew I didn't want to sing praises to this movie the entire time.
And I get it.
Yeah,
Sometimes like the plot for me was a little hokey. I mean,
which
but it's meant to be like that, Like
exactly
we're not trying to dissect like a movie like Rush Hour and like, try to expect it to be like a Martin Scorsese film. It's popcorn. It's a popcorn film, and I feel like
for sure.
it's one of those where maybe really the only thing that matters is you being entertained on a, well, for me, Tuesday night, and whether or not you would want to rewatch this movie because of the likability of the characters. And I felt like the plot twist was strong enough to kind of hold my attention throughout the movie. So a big thumbs up for me. I loved it.
Yeah, because Sean says, you know what? We take Ken's score. Is that the sad eyes emoji?
Hey, Sean, do you think that score was enough? I
I
had
don't know,
to.
man. And when you say we take Ken's score, who's we in this situation? Sean
Sean and
and
his significant other.
oh, he
Hey,
says easy 4,000.
we love it.
We,
Our first 4,000 in the history
yeah,
of the Weekly Reel podcast.
yes, Sean goes 4,000 with this movie. I guess we'll see what he scores other Ryan Gosling movies in a little bit. Then
Oh, yes, exactly. You know what though? I mean, we've given our real review. Now let's see who will take a point. Well, this week's point. Hopefully, it's not another tie, but hopefully,
you're
we
gonna
will get
jinx
a.
it again.
Yeah, we don't want to jinx it again, but this segment is called Guess the Rotten Tomatoes Score. For season 7, we obviously wiped the slate clean. We're several movies now into this competition. Jeremy is currently up 7-5. And so, Jeremy, what is your Rotten Tomatoes score for The Fall Guy 2024?
I am guessing 79%.
Ooh, okay. I don't think we're gonna get tied, but we'll see. I'm guessing a little higher at 85%.
85. Okay. And here we go. I have the Rotten Tomatoes thing ready. We have
Oh
Ken.
no.
Why did you say that? Ken,
Yeah, yeah.
Ken, is this Ken enough for you?
You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
That was not planned, I swear to God. Holy.
My God.
My God, my God, my God, King.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Holy.
The
Okay.
wrestling commentary right now.
Okay. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, we had a 10 point, actually, no, 20 point spread between our guesses. I guess 72. Jeremy guessed 92. And 2 weeks ago, it was the Civil War was 82%, right in the
Yep.
middle. 2 weeks ago, when we guessed the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, what was it? I guess 81. No, wait, hold on. I have it here.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I guessed. Oh man, maybe I don't have it. Never mind. I think.
Let's see. I guessed.
Oh no, you
I
guessed
guessed
73.
73. You guessed.
I guessed 71, and it was a 72.
Yes. That was super close.
That was super close. I mean, dude, there was only one score that would have tied us, and that was the score. And this week, Jeremy with the 79, me with the 85, and it's an 82. We do not plan these things, folks.
We definitely did not plan it. If it was planned, I would be winning. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. We would drum up the excitement a little bit more instead of giving ties every freaking week in a row. So we both get the point. Unfortunately,
I guess unfortunately for Ken again.
for me, yeah, I should be specific with that. Jeremy's now up to 8. I'm up to 6. Still down by 2 for like forever.
This is the beginning of this. Just down by 2.
Holy shoot, that's crazy. But yes, 8-6. Heading into our next movie, which will be in a couple weeks, right, Jeremy?
Yep, because next week we're gonna be watching another Ryan.
2 weeks.
Oh, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot when this movie comes out. We're going to be watching another Ryan in 2 weeks, in which a young girl who goes through a difficult experience begins to see everyone's imaginary friends who have been left behind as their real friends have grown up. In If 2024, directed by John Krasinski, the husband of Emily Blunt. So it's all tied together. We got
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds in If directed by John Krasinski. And so these movies are all tied together, man.
Yeah. You know, directed by Jim and starring starring Michael Scott.
There you go. Yeah.
He's one of the actors in it. Yeah. But yes, just to clarify, that live stream for If will be in 2 weeks on May 22nd because If comes out May 17th. So just want to clear that up for you all. Jeremy, we've been using this whole new platform for season 7. Would you like to shed some light on it?
Yes, because if you didn't know and you're just listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we are actually now on YouTube Live on surprise YouTube. And on YouTube, you can interact with us. Like, for example, Sean right now just commented the Ryan verse is real, which it very much is. I can't wait for the team up movie where we have Gosling and Reynolds instead of Deadpool and Wolverine. That's what I want to see. I want to see Ryan and Ryan in the next movie. So I'm
and
looking forward to that.
and Ryan Howard from The Office. No, just kidding.
So if you want to comment and watch us live, not every Wednesday, but we'll let you know ahead of time on YouTube Live. Go check us out, the Weekly Real podcast on YouTube. Hit the subscribe and bell notification to get all up to date with when the live streams happen.
Yes. Also, follow us on Instagram at Weekly Reel. There we will post updates to, when episodes will get dropped. We'll go ahead and post direct links to YouTube videos, obviously the live streams, as well as links to Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We kind of mix it up a little bit. And also we also post reels in the form of, just random clips from the live stream. So check us out at Weekly Reel on Instagram. Also follow us on TikTok at Weekly Reel Pod. There you'll see our real reviews. It's a TikTok exclusive. Also, we put our soup du jour fun edits on there as well. And so I have, I try to use my imagination to kind of present what our content is on the soup du jour. Again, that's a TikTok exclusive. Follow us at Weekly Reel Pod. Get us over the 200 view jail cell that they've put us in.
Seriously, it's the algorithm. We can beat it, guys.
Yeah, so we just need to get over 200. I think once we get that hump, I think we'll get that channel to grow. Especially since update on TikTok, I think they sued the U.S. government, so hopefully that kind of gets tied up in the courts and we're good for the next couple years.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, you know what? We love TikTok. Don't take it away from us. Anyway, Jeremy, we got part 2 coming up after a quick break. So definitely check us out there. Stay tuned for those of you that are still on the live stream. We will be talking about Ryan Gosling, more Ryan Gosling, really. And we'll
it's Ryan Gosling Day.
Yeah, it is.
For anyone who didn't know, it's Ryan Gosling Day. So whenever you watch this movie or watch this live stream, it's Ryan Gosling Day.
It is Ryan Gosling. Every day is Ryan Gosling Day.
Exactly.
And we'll do our part. We'll try to rank our top 5 Ryan Gosling movies. So before we end part 1, I just want to remind everyone to check out our previous episode 119 on the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, now available to stream on YouTube, Spotify, as well as Apple Podcasts. Also, as Jeremy mentioned, watch the movie If by John Krasinski. He's directing it. If is coming out in theaters May 17th, so check that movie out before our live stream on May 22nd, which is 2 weeks from now. And so, on behalf of Jeremy, my name is Ken. We are the Weekly Reel Podcast. Stay tuned for part 2. But for those of you listening on a podcast, we'll see you next time on The Reel.